Good day, everyone. Today, I'll be walking you through a very fun way to do your next user research as a product designer, a UI designer, or a UX designer. Hence the topic, Beyond Pixels, Design Through Hangouts and Conversations. My name is Eunice Eze, and I'm a senior product designer. I contribute to open source through the chaos community. I'm also a digital creator and a storyteller, a public speaker, event host, a passionate volunteer, and I am a fitness enthusiast, gender equity, and youth development advocate. Let's dive right into it. Let me ask you this question. What if user research didn't feel like an interview or a survey? What if you didn't have to send forms to get data from people for your next product or a product you're currently working on? Or basically have to beg people to have interviews with you, right? Because sometimes the best data doesn't come from user surveys, but from dialogue. Now let's talk about traditional user research methods. Users feel observed, not heard, and they give shallow answers. Take for instance, I'm working on a product. You just know my name is Eunice. We are not friends. You don't really care about me. And I send you a survey form, right? Or I reach out to you and I say, can I have 20 minutes of your time? I need an interview with you on the product I'm working on. Chances are very high that you would not give me your audience, right? Chances are also high that you may not fill that form, except I'm your friend or I care about you. And even if you do, you just want to get it over and done with. So you just give like very quick answers that are very shallow and are not in depth. Also, I have also discovered that a lot of small teams or some designers do not have the time or budget for user research. Hence, they skip that part. And this leads to building products for users and not with users. Let me give you an analogy. Let's assume I am a fashion designer, right? And I'm trying to make a pair of trousers for you. Because, I wanted to, or I feel like, you need a pair of trousers because you've been wearing one trouser for a very long time. And I never reach out to you to ask you for your measurements. I never ask you what kind of trousers you would love to wear. I never ask you why you're always wearing one pair of trousers. I just go and make a pair of trousers for you. And then I bring it to you that, Chike, I made this pair of trousers for you because I felt like you needed it. Chances are very high, right, that those trousers may not fit. One, they may be too big. You may not even like them. Hence, I've wasted my time, my resources, and your time as well making those pair of trousers. Research the conversations. Early this year, I tried out something fun, right? I actually wanted to meet with the users of the product I was building, the people that the marketing team had already gotten for us through their marketing channels and however they do it. I don't really know how marketing works. But they basically had a group of people in a group chat that we sort of called our early users and sort of potential users, right? So I decided that, I wanted to meet them, get to know them, they get to know me, just basically talk to them. And I discovered that authentic stories and product feedback surfaced because I started the session with an icebreaker. It was basically for a crypto product, so fintech, right? And I started by asking them, what did you get into cryptocurrency? What is the first cryptocurrency you got? And people were very happy to share. Some people said it was Bitcoin, some it was BNB, Ethereum, and stuff like that. Some people said, they got into crypto in 2021. Some even went as far as telling us that, I got profits after 1 year. I used it to get a fund for myself. I used it to buy this for myself. But if I had sent them a survey form asking them, what did you get into cryptocurrency? What cryptocurrency did you get? Somebody would have just said 2021 Bitcoin. 2 words. Was that answered in depth? No. But in the Hangouts, I got to learn a lot from them, right? I also got to learn that you build emotional context, not just data, when you have this Hangouts. We basically had to talk about the challenges they have been facing since they started crypto, the things they would love to see in the crypto space, right? If there was an app that could solve all their problems, what would they what do they think the app would do? Basically got a whole lot of data from these people on that Hangout, right? What they didn't know was that we were conducting a user research, right? They thought, it was a Hangout. Obviously, it was a Hangout. It was fun. They had money to win. We played games and stuff like that. We got to know each other. But it was also a very fun way to get data for our research in building the product that we're currently building. All right. I also finally discovered that users open up when they feel seen and not studied. Hence, this is why I feel like this is the next best way to do your user research for your product or potential product, right? The key takeaways from this exercise that I and my team did early this year. We discovered that empathy would always beat efficiency. When people feel seen, feel valued, feel listened to, trust me, they will open up more. They will give you more information that you asked for. They will give you information and data that you did not even imagine you needed or even existed, right? I also discovered that conversations reveal what surveys can't. I think I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Conversations will reveal what surveys cannot reveal. Because sometimes some surveys have some open-ended questions, right? But trust me, if you are typing, it's stressful. Or let's even assume now that maybe there's like a modern survey form platform that uses like the voice note feature where you can just use the voice note stuff. You talk about your answer and you transcribe it. It will still not equate the data and information you will get from hosting virtual or physical hangouts and having conversations with your potential users. Lastly, good design starts with real talk. So please, when designing your next product, don't just assume, what would the user do? What would the user want? Speak to them. Have genuine conversations with them, right? To get to know what they will want and what they will need and the problem that they're facing. Now, this is how you can make your next user research empathetic and fun. I just basically listed out the steps that I used when I tried it early this year. Propose the idea to stakeholders with a plan and a budget. You need to have a plan for how this hangout is going to go, right? You also need to have a budget. If you don't have an idea of the financial state of your company or the product or the stakeholders, maybe you could ask questions to people in the finance department, sort of get an idea of an amount that they would easily approve for this budget, because this is something that a lot of companies do not know about. So if you're going to introduce it to your company, you need to also find the middle ground, right? Put in a budget that will be easier for them to approve, and you come back with results when you've done it, right? So you need to also be able to gather 1 to 50 early users or potential users. Now you need to work with like the marketing team or the sales team or the business and growth team of the product of your company, right? To get these people maybe in a platform or something, right? Then the next step, you need to plan and host a virtual hangout or a local meetup. That is if you guys have money to splurge on a physical event. Make it fun, play games, ask personalized industry questions. So basically questions related to the industry your product is trying to solve a problem for, the industry like that your users are part of. Ask them like icebreaker questions, something fun to get them to start talking. Listen and not lead. The hangout is for the participants, the users to talk, to do more of the talking, and you and your team do more of the listening. Obviously, you are going to host and moderate the session, right? But you need to listen more to them, ask them questions, have conversations that will make them open up, but you listen. The most important part is to document these hangouts, document the moments, record the conversation, and with their permission. Consent is always very important. Ask for their permission, maybe when you are planning, when you are sending out the invite for date and time and whatnot, including the invite that, the session is going to be recorded. Even on the day of the session or the meetup, you tell them that, we are going to record it for reference sake, right? Don't make them feel like, it's actually like a user research thing, right? Just, okay, you need these memories and stuff like that. Now, I want you to go home with this. As designers, we sometimes chase pixels and forget people. I mean, I've done it in the past. You have done it in the past. Or you might even do it tomorrow on your next product, right? But innovation happens when we slow down and listen to humans first. So let me leave you with this question. What one hangout you can turn into your next user experience breakthrough? Thank you guys for listening to my talk. You can reach out to me if you have questions on Instagram and X or even TikTok at Amrito, or LinkedIn on Eunice Eze. Thank you. Bye guys.